Doctor? Where are we, Doctor? Vasaloon. And might I inquire why we are here, Doctor? I decided this really wasn't working out for me, so I'm dropping you off. Dropping me off? You can't be serious, Doctor. Vasaloon is barren, and with no means of transport I'll be dead within a matter of days. Not necessarily. It all depends how resourceful you are. Now get out. Forgive me, Doctor. Might I ask why? After all, it was your idea for me to travel with you in the hope of giving me a different perspective to try and discourage what you refer to as my deviant behaviour. I've failed. The problem is, you see, you can't fool me. We've known each other too long. I can see you. But, dear Doctor, the fact I'm trying, isn't that progress? For all of your potential, for all the amazing things that you can do, all the things we've seen together, but still that unpleasantness festers within you. You're rotten and I can smell it. So that's it. You're just going to leave me here to die. Are we really that different, Doctor? Maybe I've had more of an impact on you than you would care to admit. Frankly, I'm sick of it. 900 years of travelling around the universe. I left Gallifrey because I wanted to get away, free to see the beauty and experience what the galaxy had to offer. But what do I get? Everywhere I go, someone wants to take over a planet or destroy a species. And why is it always up to me to step in? It's not my fault I'm the most clever, magnificent person in the room. I never wanted to be anyone's champion, but it never seems to end. So at least, with you out of the way, it's one less narcissistic psychopath to worry about. So just go, will you? I'm going to take some time for me, for once. And so our story ends. Mind, I think I would rather face my almost certain demise in the freezing mountains of Vasaloon than stand here listening to you wallowing in self-pity for a second longer. We choose our own paths, Doctor. Even I must admit that. And tell me, how many lives have been lost by your hand? What I do for the greater good. Yes, lives have been lost, and I accept that responsibility. That's my burden. You act with intent for self-satisfaction and gratification. We are completely different. I beg to differ. It's my belief that you enjoy being the saviour just as much as complaining about the responsibility. Look in the mirror, Doctor. You may see my reflection. I bid you farewell. Oh, just get out! Oh, the unmistakable scent of sewage-infused river water, the delicate musk of diesel that lingers in the air, and the pièce de résistance, chips, the smell of glorious greasy chips dancing on the breeze. Oh, they do smell delicious, and I haven't eaten since I had supper with Isaac Newton. And if this is the 21st century, then that must be over 300 years ago. No wonder I'm famished. Oh, good old London, and it isn't even raining. Things must be looking up.
Nothing to report yet. Gas level readings all normal. We're headed toward the south section. Over.
Received. Over. Come on, B. Give us some more light, will you?
We shouldn't be down here. Something feels off. It should be the police, or maybe a unit investigating. Someone with some training.
Nobody knows these sewers like us, and nothing's going to happen. We got radio contact. Those other lot, they've just taken a wrong turn, that's all. I'm sure we'll find them all safe and sound, and we'll all be home in time for tea. Now, come on.
Maybe. One thing I have noticed, though.
What's that then?
Not a single rodent. Usually it's teeming with them down here. Big uns and all.
Well, what's that down there then? Put your light on it.
It ain't no rat. Is it a kid's toy or something? Look, it's moving.
Let's have a look. Hello. I hope you don't mind if I join you, do you? Of course you don't. I'm the doctor, and who, pray tell, are you? No, let me guess. You're, Dave. No, my mistake. Steve. Yes, definitely a Steve. Well, that is, you appear to possess all the common attributes of being a Steve. Ravenous appetite that's led to your clear obesity problem, the musty odour, and that confused primate-like expression on your face. Yes, that's the one. No offence, obviously, but yes, clearly a Steve.
But my name's Eric.
Yes, well, we can discuss that later. Let's not make this relationship all about you. That would be terribly self-indulgent, wouldn't it, Steve? May I say, oh, those chips smell delicious. Don't mind if I help myself, do you?
Well...
So if you let me get a word in edgeways, maybe I can tell you about what's going on in my life. You're bound to find it pretty fascinating. Everyone does. Yes, you're in for a real treat, my portly friend. But where to start? Well, the beginning, I suppose. So that, in a nutshell, is it. 900 years of history that brings us to now. My intention's just to travel around as I've always done and make some new friends. Hence you, Steve, and not get involved in any sort of, shenanigans. And when I say shenanigans, I mean foiling any genocidal plots to take over the universe. I just feel I need to explore who the Doctor is and what makes me happy. I say, you've eaten all the chips. I say, my good man, is this your establishment? It certainly is, sir, and Eric's me best customer. I hope you're not disturbing him. Eric? Oh, I think he means you, Steve.
But my name's Eric.
No, not at all. Another platter of your finest pommes frites, with a side of jelly babies, if you please. We don't do jelly babies. Much to your detriment. Jelly babies would be a fine addition to your somewhat limited menu. More chips coming right up, sir. I hope you've got the cash to cover this. I don't really do money. And might I make a culinary suggestion for the next batch? It would benefit greatly from a liberal shaking of salt. Allow me. Oh, well, that's not a salt shaker.
Release me! Exterminate! Exterminate!
Oh!
What in the heck is that? And what's it done to Eric? It's called a Dalek, although they usually come in somewhat larger packaging. What in blazes is a Dalek? It's basically a metal space Nazi. They kill. That's what they've done to Eric, and that's what they do in general. They live for it. Well, I got a full hour and a half into my voyage of self-discovery before I got involved in another round of the aforementioned shenanigans. Maybe I should just walk away. Maybe it's time to let the humans stand on their own 2 feet. If you know how to stop it, you can't just walk away. Can't I? Why not? Because that would make you a monster. Compression field. A what? It's using a compression field. A Dalek usually stands about 5 feet tall. They've reduced their size, no doubt so that they can conceal themselves somewhere. They never travel alone. You can bet your bottom dollar that somewhere in London there are a great many Daleks, gathering information and building their numbers, readying themselves to return to full size and launch an attack. Genius, really, I suppose. Well, I'm glad you think so. However, there is one slight flaw in their plan I can think of right off the top of my very clever old head. A reduction in size would also mean a reduction in the strength of their communication network, and their resistance to external influences. If I could produce a strong enough signal at the right frequency, I could essentially take over their control systems and bend them to my will. And tell me, how exactly would you do that? Neville, allow me to introduce you to my trusty sonic screwdriver. Let's give it a whirl.
My controls are impaired. Release me! Release me!
And voila! Now listen here, you murderous little pepper pot. I'm going to send you a signal, and you're going to send it to the closest Dalek, then that Dalek in turn will send it to the next, creating a daisy chain. I want you all to come out of your hidey holes and follow me, because I've got a cookery lesson lined up for you. I'm going to show you how to make Dalek soup. That's it. Come on, follow me. Come out, wherever you are. That's it. Dive in. Follow the leader. A nice warm bath is just what you all need to wash away those genocidal intentions. Excellent, Doctor. Kill them. Kill them all. I told you we weren't so different, didn't I? Wait! Stop! Leave this planet. Next time I won't be so merciful.
Control is restored. We are released. Temporal shift. Temporal shift.
Well, old girl, I know you have a nose for trouble, but I really would appreciate it if you could take me somewhere where I don't have to worry about any shenanigans. Let's go, if you please.